What's up, LA Kings fans? The Bat Fry, Kenny Fry here from Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. I just wanted to hop on here real quick since I wasn't able to do it earlier today on Out of the Box Sports to give a quick look at the Kings' upcoming season here. It's going to be a real quick, real quick look. I have to go to work, but anyway, who's new, who left, and look at the starting lineup here for the Kings, and I'll talk more about it tomorrow. So who left? We look at, of course, Vladislav Gavrikov leaving. He went to the New York Rangers. Huge blow to the Kings defense. He's probably our best defender last season with Drew Doughty being out most of the year. And, Brand Clark being new, kind of getting his legs under Jordan Spence, another guy we lost being traded away after the season. So that's another loss right there. But far and away, Vladislav Gavrikov, probably our best defender last year. He and Mikey Anderson made a great team that first pairing. So he's a huge loss. Like I just mentioned, Jordan Spence, a youngster, which really surprised me losing Jordan Spence. I thought for sure the Kings wouldn't have traded him away or anything like that. I assumed he was going to be here for the foreseeable future. So that's a bit of a surprise. But also Tanner Janot left, which wasn't a big deal. I feel like he was injured at the end of the season last year. I don't think he played in the playoffs. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, so Tanner Janot leaving. That's another one there. So we go ahead and look forward to our free agent signings. Uh, a couple of them, some interesting ones. Corey Perry, uh, a pretty big signing. One, his age, at 40 years old, he's been around a long time. But the teams that he plays on, they seem to make the Stanley Cup Finals. They lose a lot in the finals, but they make the finals, and irregardless, the Kings get knocked out the first round every season, the last four seasons to the Oilers, which Corey Perry has been a part of. So that's nice not to have to face him there. He's on our side now, but he's an agitator. He did score a bunch of goals last season. It was in the 20s or early 30s, something like that. I don't remember 100% sure what it was. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can bring to the table. Currently, right now, he is on the injured list on the IR. He should be back about 6 to 8 weeks. But the reason the Kings got him wasn't for right now. The Kings got him for March, April, May, and so on and so on. So it's not a big deal that Corey Perry isn't right now. I mean, it would be nice to have him in with the team at the start of the season to kind of build rapport and stuff like that. But he's been around the block. He's not going to be like a Trevor Lewis or whatever where you feel like he's bringing us down. I feel like he's going to be a heck of an upgrade for that fourth line, and that's one big thing that hurt us last year in the playoffs was the inability for the coaching staff to rely on their fourth line, to even trust their fourth line. The fourth line just Jim Hiller didn't put him out there much at all. I mean, like just very very minute minutes, and I feel like in the long run that's one of the things that really killed the Kings in the playoffs against the Oilers last year, and this past last season. I guess it's still the same year, but you know what I'm saying. And so the addition of Corey Perry for that fourth line, I think is going to be huge come playoff time. Assuming the Kings do make the playoffs, and also Joe Armia, another guy the Kings picked up in free agency, a 2 year deal, 2.5 million annual value. 2.5 mil per. So he's another one that's going to be an interesting pickup on our fourth line to really solidify that fourth line. You're looking at probably once everybody's all healthy and together, you're probably looking at a Corey Perry, probably Alex Turcotte and Joel Armia, which I think that could end up being really really good. Turcotte to had his kind of coming out party last year, looking for him to take that next step. The coaching staff kind of trust him a little bit more, and you're looking at Corey Perry, the experience between Corey Perry and Joel Armia to kind of help Turcotte lift his game up and move forward with that. So I think that's going to be huge, a huge addition for the fourth pairing. Very exciting stuff there. The Kings also added a couple defensemen, Cody Cece, a 4 year deal, 4.5 mil per year, and also Brian Dumoulin to a 3 year deal, 4 mil AAV. So a couple of defensemen there. Cody Cece, I mean, I haven't heard a whole lot great about him. I do know who he is, but analytical wise, I don't. What the hell do I know? I don't know. Uh, Brian Dumoulin, I heard a lot of good things about Brian Dumoulin, so that's kind of exciting coming over from the Devils, I believe. So it's exciting to have him as well. Anton Forsberg, backup goalie. We move on from Big Save Dave. So he moves on. I'm not even sure where if he resigned. I'm sure he signed somewhere else. Um, but Anton Forsberg, he's our now our backup goalie, and Phoenix Copley. We lost Phoenix Copley. He didn't make the cut. He was gonna go to the AHL, but he had to go through waivers first, and he was actually signed through waivers to Tampa Bay. So that was a little bit surprising there. Um, so yeah, so looking at our uh, starting lines here, of course, the uh, the obvious starting lines the same as last year. You're going to have Kuzmenko, Kopitar, Kempe, and Kuzmenko we picked up in the trade deadline last year. So Kings brought him back, re-signed, which I thought was a great move. He did very well for us. So your first line you're looking at Kuzmenko, Kopitar, Kempe. Kopitar's coming up retirement. He announced that this will be his last season in the NHL. So this will be the last home opener for Anze Kopitar. Very exciting. Sad to see it. Sad to see it end, but let's go out there and win one for the King of Kings here. You're looking at your second line: Fiala, Byfield, and Laferriere. I'm super excited about this. I feel like you're going to see Byfield take that next step up. You're going to see Laferriere take that next step up. I feel like that second line could very well end up being our top line this year. I expect great things from there, and I'm a big Kevin Fiala fan. He gets a little bit wonky every once in a while, but it seems like usually from late January on, you get good Kevin Fiala, and he's fantastic after that. Then your third pairing, you're looking at Warren Fogle, Philly D, Philip Denault, and Trevor Moore. Looking for Trevor Moore to have a good bounce back season. He kind of took a step back last year. By the end of the season, you kind of started seeing Trevor Moore from the year before kind of kick into gear and playing much better. Philly D, a very good defensive center. I expect that to continue happening. And Warren Fogle was fantastic for the Kings last year. They picked him up from the Oilers. Had a great season, great first season with the Kings. So I'm expecting it's more of the same. And filling in for Corey Perry in his absence, being hurt, you have Jeff Malott made the team. So good for him. Let's see if he can make the most out of this opportunity. We saw a little bit of Jeff Malott at the end of the last season. Very exciting, good stuff. Alex Turcotte center in that fourth line, and of course Joel Armia at your right on your right side, on your right winger. Looking at your defensive pairings, you've got Mikey Anderson and Drew Doughty. No surprise there for your first defensive pairing. Second defensive pairing, Joel Edmondson and Brant Clark. Again, no surprise there. Very excited to see what Brant Clark can bring to the table. Expecting big things out of Brant Clark this year. Want to see him take that next step where the coaching staff can trust him, let the reins loose a little bit, let him do some offensive stuff. But he got to prove it on the defensive end first. Then you're looking at Brian Dumoulin and Cody Ceci as your third pairing, and we'll see what those guys bring to the table. A couple new Kings. We'll see what happens there. First power play unit, we're going with the five forwards: Kuzmenko, Kopitar, Byfield, Fiala, and Kempe. That's the one thing that hurt us last season. One a big glaring issue last year was the power play. It has to be much better this year. Has to be better if the Kings want any kind of success. Second power play unit, you're looking at Aramia, Denault, Ferrier, Brant Clark, and Drew Doughty. Not a bad pairing there. Of course, you have your defenseman in on that power play, and I do like Brant Clark and Drew Doughty together. A couple offensive-minded type defenseman. And Drew Doughty's very good defensive defenseman, but he also does bring some offense, a really good slap shot. Your penalty kill unit, your first penalty kill unit, look at Philly D, Trevor Moore, Mikey Anderson, and Drew Doughty. Your second penalty kill unit, Quentin Byfield, Joel Armia, Brian Doolin, and Cody Ceci. Your goalies, Kemper and Anton Forsberg, will be back in Kemper up tonight against the um, Colorado Avalanche. So Kings start tonight, Colorado Avalanche. Tomorrow night, back-to-back games right away. Start the season off here. Kings have the oldest roster in the league, or one of the oldest rosters in the league. Uh, Back-to-back nights right away. Not only the Colorado Avalanche, one of the best teams in the league, then the Las Vegas Golden Knights, one of the best teams in the league. And, they had a pretty good offseason picking up Mitch Marner. And then a couple days later, they got to fly to Winnipeg and face one of the best teams from last year as well. So a brutal start to the schedule. First three games right off the bat. Let's see what the Kings can do. But yeah, so I want to go live tomorrow morning on Out of the Box Sports. So be sure to check that out. Look for that on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. On Facebook, it's Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. On YouTube, it's at OOT Box Sports. On X, it's Box Sports ENT. You can also check out my YouTube, which this is airing on right now, the Bat Fry Pods. Check it out there. Also, my X, SB underscore Lair underscore OOTBE. All right. So that's all I have for today. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And of course, go Kings, go.